Hello, my sewing friends. This is Friday Sews. I'm Jen, and this is my lanai. It is such a gorgeous day today. I wish I could have you here with me in this mid-80 degree weather because it is fantastic. And this is partially why I moved here, was because in February, this time of year, it's like this. So what did I get sewn this week? Well, it was one of those medium kind of weeks, where you don't get tons of sewing done and you don't go, well, I didn't really even go in there. Yeah, I got a medium amount of stuff done. First, I started on the muslin for a collab. That is French terry. I started on my jean skirt and I had a devil of a time trying to get that stupid fly front zipper in. I had to go back to Professor Pincushion on YouTube. Has the absolute best fly front zipper tutorial. It made it so much easier. So with the jean skirt, I have got the back yoke on and I think I may need to take it off and sew it on. I don't know. You're supposed to ease the back yoke into the back, and I'm sure that that's because they want room for your behind to be able to fit in the skirt. But I don't know. I'm kind of thinking at this point, I kind of want it to line up, and it doesn't. So anyway, probably gonna have to undo that seam and unserge it. But there's short seams, so it should be fine. Last night with my sewing sisters, I got started on my pool bag. And I don't know what the order of operations should be. When I do something like this that I just make up in my head, I have to really think about what to do first. Yeah, it gets complicated. But anyway, I pinned it together. There's the base. There's the, this pocket is going to have the straps come up. So it'll be between those. And also I have a reinforcement kind of strip that's gonna go around the bottom. That's how the pool bag that I'm using is. So oops, it's sticking to me, it's pulling me. So I got the sides on. I like this size pocket. I think that's gonna be nice for a water bottle. So those are on that side, and then on the other side I've got a big long pocket, which I will probably sew up the middle so that I have that. And then on the inside I got, let's see if I can show you. I got the mesh pocket, and then I got the end pockets, and then I got the inside pocket, which is gonna be split into 3 sections. But now I just have to make sure that I sew everything in the right order, and that's gonna get interesting. But I think I can do it. I think I can. So the next thing I have to figure out is what do I want for straps for the handles. And I don't know. I don't know if I want to take this shower curtain fabric and make it out of those, or if I want to get like webbing. That would be really strong, and that might be a good idea. So I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about that. But I got that all pinned together last night, and it was good. I was glad that I took the time to do that, because now I know. I have these in front of me. They're little washers. And the reason I have them in front of me is because you see how these curtains are blowing all over the place? I'm gonna put weights in the hems so they'll stop coming up and, like touching me on my shoulder and going, hey, the wind is blowing. Yes, I know the wind is blowing. The main thing that I did this week was reorganize they're the 9-bin kind of bookcasey bin kind of things. I had pulled out so much fabric and I needed to go back in and reorganize. And I wasn't sure how I wanted to do that. I didn't know if I wanted to go by just separate knits, wovens, prints, and solids, or if I wanted to organize by, instead of going prints and solids and separating those, if I wanted to go by, this is the kind of fabric, like with knits, this is a t-shirt knit, this is a French terry, this is a ponte, that kind of thing, which is what I ended up doing. And that just took some time because I had to think about it, and also because I had to consolidate things. So it just took a little bit of time, which was fine. I cleared out an entire end unit, like 9 cubbies that were empty. Oh, I'm so happy about that. So I filled them up with projects that had been all over my floor. And I kind of organized all that. It was great. Oh, it feels so good to have all of that done. I feel so much more free. Like, oh, I can breathe, you know. I'm not constantly dealing with a mess, and I can really get in there and create. So that's the main thing that I did. The rest of it was kind of incidental, but I did get started on some things. My fabric that I have destashed will also get whittled down more before I let it go. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it when I finally get it down to the point where I want to let it go. Like whether I will, I don't know, give it to a school or, I don't know, probably not Goodwill, because I think I could do better. But I'm going to take some of it up to the expo when I go. My sewing sisters and I are all going to stay together, and so we might trade some fabric and patterns. I don't know. We do that every time we get together, so that will probably account for some of it. Some of it's going to go back into the shelves, and the reason for that is I put some of the best, and I took photos, and I said to my girls, does anybody like this? Does anybody want this? Do you want something made out of it? And so they did talk about 2 or 3 things. So yeah, some of it's going to go back in there for them, but not much. That'll be nice. With regard to life, Valentine's Day was very low-key for us. We went out on Monday instead of Tuesday because my husband had stuff for work. And we went to a restaurant that we like on the harbor south of us. And the thing is, we really like going there because we can sit outside in the sunshine. And the thing is, you really have to worry about birds coming over top and pooping on your table, which is, it happened after we were all finished eating. But oh my goodness, you know, that's why they have the umbrellas on the tables. You kind of take the risk of that happening, but you know, to sit outside in the sun and have the water right there. And it was one of those days when the light just sparkled like diamonds on the water. It was beautiful. So did that. My daughter was here last weekend, and it was a really good thing. I asked her to come. She doesn't live very far away. And she came, and I said, I need you to jumpstart me on this sofa table that I'm building out in my garage, because I took the whole thing apart. Me and Sim Rippers and wood, and doesn't matter what the project is, I'm always taking it apart. But I took it all apart because I wanted to put pocket screws in instead of the cabinet screws I had used. Because using the cabinet screws was kind of like when you don't do some finishing or better techniques when you're making like a dress or a top or a pair of pants, and it looks homemade. And I thought, no, I don't want that. So I had a new Craig jig, so I took it apart, and I said to her, I need a jump start. I need you to come and help me do this. And for them, any of my girls who help me, it's always fun because I let them do the power tools. So she was using the drill and drilling the holes and then, you know, putting the screws in the holes. She had a great time. And I have the ends rebuilt on the sofa table. So I'm kind of excited about that. I end up not wanting to go out there because I want to sew. So that, you know, that's kind of a toss-up. So I do want to take advantage of some of the cooler weather that's been happening here. She brought home these cookies. They were from the Publix grocery store here in Florida. And they're called Calypso cookies. Calypso tropical cookies or something like that. But they were amazing. Oh my goodness. So I got the copycat recipe from a website, and I made them this morning, and oh my goodness. And they're all mine because my husband and daughter who live with me they don't like coconut and they don't like nuts. And it calls for coconut and pecans. I swear to you, I could eat pecans out of the dirt. And the biggest thing that happened life-wise this week was I got a new laptop. yes. I thought, you know what? I'm on this thing every single day. I use my laptop more than I use a car. And I thought, okay, it's time. My laptop was from 2013. It served me well, but it got so outdated that I couldn't even update the operating system. So it was probably within a year, Apple will quit updating the OS that it has. And my graphics card was making my screen black out at times, so it was time for a new one, and it is fabulous. It's fantastic. So that was a big deal. Okay, let's move on to the question for this week. And that is, what is your favorite feature on your sewing machine? You know what? Knee-jerk reaction was the thread cutter. I love that thing. It doesn't always work right. Actually, it hardly works right, but I love it because I can get it to work. I just have to turn my the wheel just slightly, and then it cuts through and lets go. I love that thing so much. Oh my gosh. Second runner-up kind of feature would be all the things I can do with my foot pedal. I can put my presser foot down with my foot pedal. I can stop and pivot, and my presser foot will come up just like halfway. I can do that with my foot pedal. I love that. I love those features. And those are a couple of things that the more high-end machines will now do. And I just, oh my gosh, I love those. And my needle threader. You know, Juki makes an amazing needle threader. The needle threader on my serger, it locks in, it hits the needle eye every time. I have to sometimes fiddle with the one on my Pfaff, but love that. This week, the winner of the Simplicity 8640 pattern, which I am giving away 4 of those in celebration of the month of love. I'm wearing an 8640. The winner is Pamela Fisher. And I would like to ask Pamela, did your husband enjoy the cherry pie that you made him for Valentine's Day? See what I meant about their, hey. That will do it for Friday Sews. Thanks for being out here on this beautiful day, on this beautiful lanai. I'll tell you what, these curtains make all the difference. It's just, oh, wonderful. And I have Trish from Pinky's Farm to thank for that. As always, if you would like to see a complete playlist of all my Friday Sews, check right over here. And let me leave you with this from 1 Corinthians 13, verse 13. Since it's the month of love. Trust steadily in God, hope unswervingly, love extravagantly. And the best of these 3 is love. I'll see you next time.